I think that they have the things more easily. Everything it's easily. They don't suffer.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra. I'm back with another episode. I will be reacting to the Piers Morgan interview with Cristiano Ronaldo. So it was a two-part interview, but I saw the first one in its entirety. And I have to say that my favorite part was when he talked about the young players and just youth in general, okay? He wanted to share, what he has observed and how just the young players don't take things seriously and how they kind of expect things to come to them. And as I was watching it, I have to say that I was like nodding and saying, okay, right on, spot on. You're so correct. And this is so true. So let us watch this very short part together. And then I will share with you my thoughts.
Specifically their mentality, because it seemed to me, just from what I was reading, when you were originally at Manchester United as a young 18-year-old, that you had huge respect for the older players, the Keanes and these guys in the dressing room, and you would soak up their experience, their wisdom and so on. Did you get that same respect, do you think, from the younger players?
I don't mean that they don't respect the experienced players or the oldest players. I don't think that word is the best one, but they live in a different era. The mentality, they are not the same. They are not suffer that.
What's the difference?
The anger.
Word. What is the difference? Piers Morgan asked, and he said the hunger, people. I think it's true to a certain extent that my generation, right, the generation of today, we are so used to things being handed to us. Yes, today it's easier to make it just because of, how we can use technology, to our benefit. But also the difference is that with technology, it is something that's fleeting. It's temporary. He talks about longevity. If you want to have longevity in the sport, you have got to get your act together and do the work, which is train, learn from people who came before you. And I feel like he is so point on because I see that today.
I think that they have the things more easily. Everything it's easily. They don't suffer.
Okay, one more thing, I promise, and we'll listen to it to the end. It is true that today's generation doesn't suffer. I absolutely agree. It makes me kind of appreciate, honestly. Before I came to Italy, I remember that we would go just to get water to drink and water that's going to be used for the cooking and bathing and stuff like that. We had to go like far away to buy the water. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it wasn't a long time ago, but I'm just saying that today in some countries in Africa, people still do that. And so I understand now better than I did before that it is important to be able to work for the things you want and work for the things you have, because it's going to give that thing more value and you're going to appreciate it more. I saw a video of this girl and she talked about, pretty privilege. And that has to do with the fact that, pretty people kind of have it easy. And that is also true to some extent. I don't think that a lot of people would be in the position they are in today in society if they were not pretty. When he talks about our society not appreciating things and just feeling entitled, that's the word that I would use, he hit the nail on the head and he's completely right. And I think he's speaking from experience because then he goes on and talk about it. Now I'm going to shut up and we're going to finish the video. Good.
And I think they don't care. I don't mean only a few in Manchester United, but all the teams, all leagues in the world, the youngers, they are not the same of my generation. But we cannot blame them because it's part of the life, the new generation and the new technologies that avoid, they distract them for another thing. So, but they are not the same. They listen, but this is why we have 2 ears. You listen from one side and they go away from another side. So don't surprise me, but in the same way, it's a little bit shame because if they have the best examples in front of your eyes and if they don't at least copy what you did for me, it's kind of weird because I remember when I was 18, 19, 20s, I'm always look to see the best players, Van Nistelrooy, Ferdinand, Roy Keane, And gigs. This is why I have the successful that I have and longevity, because I take care of my body, my mentality, my head, because I see these guys and I learn from them.
I know I promised not to pause it until the end, but I have to say this, otherwise I'm going to forget. Did you catch what he said? That the people he had before him were the best lessons. You know, like having someone in front of you and learning, like actively looking at what they're doing. Some things people don't teach you, you learn by looking and by observing. And he's like, it is such a shame that we still do not learn. And oh my gosh, I love him even more. You know, and there's this interview he did where he tells his son that you want to get something, you got to work for it. That's what parents, I think, should continue to tell their kids and instill in their kids, that things are not going to come to you easily because you ask. You've got to do the work.
When you try and give advice to these younger players, what do you say to them? What do you try and guide them to be like?
I think the best advice, I'm not the kind of guy to like to give advice. I prefer to be as example.
Yes.
Because I'm an example. I'm there every morning. I do it the same stuff. I'm probably the first ones to arrive and the last ones to go out. I think the details speak for itself. So I like to lead by example. And some ones, they follow me, not much, but...
See, I just find that incredible. That if I was a young footballer and I had Cristiano Ronaldo at my club, that I wouldn't want to spend every second watching him, listening to him, observing the way you go about your business. And yet, from what you're saying, clearly, they're not interested.
They don't care. Some ones, yes, but most of them, no. But for me, it's not surprise me. Don't surprise me because they're not going to have longevity careers, in my opinion. It's impossible.
So true. So that was the video I wanted to show you guys. Do share your comments and thoughts in the comment section. I would be happy to read them. But I think that the lesson that we can learn from this interview is that to be the greatest or to be the best at what you do, even though society does not appreciate this anymore, hard work still pays. And at the end of the day, irrespective of your skin color or the language you speak or your culture and traditions, there's one thing that links individuals from different places around the world, and that is working hard to obtain what they need and what they want. I respect my mom. I respect, people in my life that I see working hard every single day, and I know that one day, all of the time that they've invested doing what they love and wanting to make other people's life better, I think it's going to pay off. I'm sure of that. And if you think about the most developed countries in the world, it's people who put in the work, and that should speak volumes, and that should encourage young people, myself included, that whatever I want, if I don't work hard, I might not get it. And I should appreciate what I have and be grateful for the people who lived before me and learn from them instead of complain and feel entitled all the time. That's what I had to say as it pertains to this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do like and share my video, and of course, subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much. I will see you all in the next one now. Okay? Bye.